angel fly within my life, beside me in all I do. Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly angel reading for April 20th through to the 27th. I do have to say before we begin this week's reading that I'm so grateful for all of your comments and your kind words and sharing your own experiences after last week's reading. It was intense, but I will say again that the emotion is a beautiful thing, and if it taught me anything is that sharing our vulnerability helps others. It really breaks down barriers for so many of us when one person allows themselves to be honest. And I have to say that there was a split second when I wasn't sure if I was going to share the reading with you that way, but then I knew that there would be something in it for someone else, and fortunately there was something in it for several of you, it seems. And so it really reminded me of how this is a time for us to be truthful and honest, and as long as that comes from our hearts, it's always going to help other people. We don't have to, have it all figured out all of the time. We can just allow the love or allow that moment to touch us, and that is more healing than we could ever imagine. So thank you everyone. I'm just asking the angels perhaps to help me to deliver a message to you this week without being quite so emotional, but we shall see. We never know what they're going to say. So let's see first of all what they have to say for Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to be using the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Radleigh, Valentine and Doreen Virtue. So let's see. Oh, oops, I pulled the wrong. There was a middle of the week card. Okay, so this is the beginning of the week. The Magician. Yay! Okay, Archangel Raziel. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. So this is a beautiful card to start off the week. It just reminds me that we're going into a magical, extra magical week, and that it's a time for us not only to get really clear about what it is that we desire, but also to take action, to be really aware of the fact that, yes, we've just had the new moon. It's a beautiful time to really be present to our desires. And sometimes after all the emotion of last week, we can be even clearer about what that is for us. But then this is just saying, yeah, get to work. Go ahead, do it, go it. And actually, it's interesting because the beginning and the middle of the week last week, before the Twin Flame card came up, was all about getting to work on our creative projects. So this is just refocusing us and saying, yes, it's still time to do that. Go ahead. And you'll see that the rainbow energy in the Magician's hand, as well as Raziel, is a sign also sometimes to just be really aware of our energy, of our chakra system. So if you are feeling a little bit drained or not quite so clear, sometimes it can be a beautiful thing to ask the angels to clear your chakras. Perhaps you have a meditation that you like to do that, or get outside, because when your energy is clear, everything else is clear and it's easier to take that action. So remember that you're a powerful manifester, but that does involve in you getting out in the world and actually doing things to make that happen. Okay. So here we go for the middle of the week. 3 of Raphael. Oh, beautiful. This is a relationship card, but it says reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. Ooh, so this is actually really just reminding us, rather than it being always really intense in our relationships recently, that we can really focus on the joy of them, how amazing it is to have beautiful people in our lives, to really focus on the people that really do support us, rather than always just like, oh, this brings this stuff up for me, or this is happening and it's not so great. Give yourself a break from that intensity this week and allow yourself to do something fun with each other. There's actually a ship in the background, a big ship, and it's just saying that our ship's coming in. So I feel like the work that we've been doing internally means that we're also going to be receiving plenty of good news this week that says, yay, we're on the right path, it's happening. that we are being supported with our relationships, but also with the rest of our lives. This card can also be prosperity. So that is also a great card to go with the beginning of the week, because sometimes often what happens is people will say, oh yeah, I know what I desire, I just don't have the money, or I don't have the time, or I don't feel supported to do it. This card is saying, yes, you do. Go ahead and celebrate the fact that you're ready to do this, that you're ready to create that thing, or you're ready to share it with your friends and loved ones. There's plenty of support around you. This is a great card to remind you just how supported you are, not only from heaven, but also on the earth. So call it to you. Call it to you. If you're one of those people that feels a little bit like you're on your own with the path that you're doing or the work that you're choosing, just know that this is a time for you to reach out and ask for that support. There's beautiful, beautiful energy around community. So definitely not a time to be on your own this week. All right, so here we go for the end of the week, the weekend. Queen of Raphael. Okay, so it is a little focus still on relationships, because this is again, follow your heart, the love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. So again, this is a week to really, take action on our heart's desires and to trust that guidance that comes through, particularly at the weekend. So what it looks like is, yes, really set your intention, go for it, really be clear about it, but also just trust any guidance that comes through. And this can be a card of self-care also. So when I see the dolphins in this card, though, I always remember that play is a big part of self-care, that the reasons to be joyful and celebrate that were mentioned in the middle of the week are also present for us at the weekend. And actually, if we allow ourselves to do that, our vibration is always raised when we're in joy and playful, and therefore the rest of our guidance, perhaps about our work or other areas of our lives, are easier to understand, because we're in that space of being able to be more receptive. So Raphael is very present with us this week. He is still reminding us to listen to our hearts, that it's all about our hearts. It's always about our hearts. There's no reading that could ever get away from that, but it's particularly focused on our joy. And last night, actually, on my Facebook page, I posted a message about joy being the only lesson. Now, and I want to explain that a little bit, and it feels like this is coming up in this reading, is to remember that, we've had a lot of intensity. There's a lot of healing that's been happening, a lot of revelation almost that's uncomfortable sometimes. But it also doesn't mean that we have to get bogged down in all of that. Yes, there's a time to look at some heavy stuff and things that are not working, or perhaps our patterns that we find ourselves in, especially relationships. There's no greater thing, healing tool than to look at our relationships, because it's really a mirror for all of us. But to remember that it doesn't always have to be heavy. We can really grow through joy. And that was the affirmation that I posted yesterday on my Facebook page, about joy being the only lesson, and I allow myself to grow through with grace and ease. That joy is who we are, and so therefore let's choose to grow through joy this week. Let's make that a conscious and a very clear decision, that we can shift the energy. We can actually heal in amazing ways just by choosing to focus on joy this week, to spend some time with people that we love, most of all spending time with people that are really in a space of wanting to be happy and to really make the most of their lives, which sometimes can be challenging, I know, with families and loved ones. But even if it's not with your family or your blood family, it can be your family of choice, people that really get you, people that really are your cheerleaders. That's what it feels like. It feels like a cheerleading week, to say, yay, go for it, we're ready, we're supported, everything is possible, anything is possible. It always is with the angels, and I'm sending you extra magical blessings this week. Take care of yourselves, enjoy yourselves, and I'll speak to you in a week's time. Bye bye for now.